Vehicle strikes kill 4 endangered Florida panthers in 1 week. To protect the Florida panther, we need more wildlife crossings. We begin with humble request to subscribe to our YouTube channel Save Wildlife and follow us on Facebook to support our initiative on wildlife. To protect the Florida panther, we need more wildlife crossings column. This story was published by Mia McCormick and delivered to you by Professor Dr. Salim, who is an ecologist. In the past 3 years, up to half of Florida's panther population has been killed on the road. Becoming roadkill is the #1 cause of death to our endangered Florida panthers. In the past 3 years, 66 panthers have died in vehicle collisions. With a panther population somewhere between 120 to 230, it's a substantial number. This year, estimates of the panther population may dip even lower than that. Wildlife are not the only victims. Florida ranks 9th in the nation in human deaths caused by wildlife vehicle collisions. The solution is specially designed overpasses or underpasses that allow wildlife to cross roads without interacting with motorists. Studies show that wildlife crossings are the most effective way to mitigate wildlife vehicle collisions. Florida has approximately 200 wildlife crossings across the state. The Florida Department of Transportation's Environmental Systems Research Institute map shows bridges that wildlife are currently using to cross state roadways. Some were designed specifically for wildlife, while others are simply places where wildlife crossings have been documented. Many contain additional features like fencing used to direct animals to the crossing. Research shows that together these features reduce vehicle-animal collisions by 97%. Sometimes, the crossing is a bridge over the roadway or a culvert built to create an underpass. Sometimes it's a shelf that's built along a waterway underneath. Either way, it's a connection for wildlife to move safely from one side of the road to the other. The majority of panther deaths happen in Lee, Hendry, and Collier counties. These fall in Florida Department of Transportation's District 1. Right now, there are 9 fully funded projects in District 1 that include wildlife protection features like fencing and some wildlife crossings. The Florida Department of Transportation is also planning 14 more projects that include wildlife crossing features, but they are not currently funded for construction. The State Department of Transportation has applied for a federal grant that is a part of a pilot program created under the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law. The Wildlife Crossings pilot project will provide us $350 million in grants over 5 years to states and communities specifically to build these structures. The grant is competitive. Currently, Florida Department of Transportation has applied for about $7.4 million to cover most of the $9 million cost to put in a large concrete culvert underneath United States 27 in Highlands County. Based on the effectiveness of wildlife crossings and the demonstrated need for them, increased funding at both the state and federal levels could spare the lives of animals and humans and hundreds of thousands of taxpayer dollars in damage and cleanup. More wildlife crossings mean lower risk to our unique wildlife and drivers. Many thanks for following us on Facebook and subscribing to our YouTube channel, Save Wildlife.